In this episode of Video Fashion News, from dramatic evening wear to new wave menswear to pretty, practical looks fit for a princess, we're showing you what's in the mix for Spring/Summer 2019. See why Hogan McLaughlin's darkly romantic creations are a favorite of style stars like Daphne, Guinness, and Lady Gaga.
Someone who is not afraid to make a statement, I guess, because everything is pretty shiny.
Rebecca Minkoff designs for and celebrates the many facets of womanhood.
The collection was really about the many needs a woman goes through as a gym goer, then a board member, then going to her job, then picking up her kids.
Canadian label Nonie recently got the royal treatment. See the brand's latest collection at New York Fashion Week. Abasi Rosborough debut their tribal-focused Spring 2019 collection and share their all-inclusive approach to menswear.
We want to make clothes for everybody, and I think that that's what it's about, inclusivity, like everybody's welcome.
A trip to Asia resulted in unexpected spring inspiration for Krammer Stoudt.
8 days in Japan, our very first trip to Japan.
Plus, we're off to Europe with David Koma's cinematic spring runway in London. A desert festival on the Byblos catwalk in Milan. And in Paris, Andrew Jen's artful Spring 2019 collection, inspired by 1960s supermodel and style icon Verushka. And more.
There's attention to detail, quality craftsmanship, and interesting, cool shapes. It's basically finding the fabrics, and that took shape into garments. All of them are silks or wools, so it's all top of the line, everything that I've used. I just kind of go shopping and see what catches my eye, and, hopefully that works out. A lot of metallics. A lot of things were inspired by the moon, and it kind of took into a glam rock territory too. I hope they don't notice the embroidery, but then I hope the craftsmanship above everything. That is my fiance's embroidery. I just prompted him to do moon queens, and then that's what he gave me. Someone who is not afraid to make a statement, I guess, because everything is pretty shiny.
I thought it was really gorgeous. It had something to do with dust from the moon, and I felt it. There was one look that was like a see-through sort of feel, but it was fresh and young. So the materials were all standing out to me.
The liquid looked, it's kind of a liquid organza, so it just looks like it's wet. finale piece is just a long black coat with the embroidery on the back, which was done by my fiance, so it was a nice collaborative effort on that.
Canadian designer Nina Carey and her label Nonie were recently thrown into the spotlight when the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, was spotted wearing a Nonie trench dress while out and about in London. For Spring/Summer 2019, the Calgary-based designer looked to Indian fashion, including the traditional dupatta silk scarf, for runway inspiration. Carey delivered her signature easy elegance for spring, an abundance of silk mixed with sheer fabrics, while a few vivid exits stood out in a mostly black and white palette. Ruching details, as well as asymmetrical cuts, were also highlights, and an overall clean, minimal aesthetic spoke to the Nonie woman and her busy lifestyle.
Here at our newly renovated store to really celebrate our new brand platform. As women, we've mostly been marketed to and told to be one thing.
I am a writer, mother, daughter, badass.
We are very complex, multidimensional, and so the goal is that we celebrate the all of a woman. This is the launch of all new handbags and ready to wear. Basically, all of the product we make is all new. The collection was really about the many needs a woman goes through as a gym goer, then a board member, then going to her job, then picking up her kids. Our best-selling items are backpacks and crossbodies, so you'll see a heavy focus on that. Beautiful rich suedes and burgundies and yellow. Some shearling as it gets colder here, and then with shoes doing a bunch of hair calf, and then jackets. You know, we become known for our outerwear, so lots of different outerwear pieces, whether it be feather toppers or leather jackets.
I'm wearing a Rebecca, so yeah, even the cute little earrings. I've always been a huge fan of Rebecca. I love that it's colourful, I love that it's expressive, I love that it's feminine, I love that it can make you feel like you're put together, but also have that casual, sexy, sleek look as well.
She was forward-thinking, using tech and fashion before anyone else was out there, and this is a testimony in the store. People are trying to copy her and figuring out how to do it right.
My customer is multifaceted, and she needs to be able to feel confident while going and doing those different things.
For Spring/Summer 2019, designer David Koma looked to the works of celebrated cinematographer Pedro Almodovar, including the films Talk to Her and Volver, for runway inspiration. Known for his slight silhouettes and bodycon creations, Koma lightened up for spring, focusing on movement and volume while still maintaining his signature sex appeal. As Koma's presence on the red carpet continues to expand, the designer also ventured into formal evening wear for the spring season, debuting floor-length gowns on his London runway for the very first time.
I'm originally from the Southwest, from Arizona, and grew up very fascinated by Navajo and Hopi tribes because they're sort of these vanishing cultures, but they have this really powerful legacy. You know, we live in sort of a synthetic society, and so I think the reason that there's meditation movements and green movements and veganism is because we're looking for ways to be more human. So this collection, which is called Desert Phantom, is about being human. In the ancient spirit of design, things used to be a lot looser and not necessarily oversized, but it was meant to fit a variety of people, and it was a little bit more mysterious. We live in a culture where everything's kind of bodycon and fitted, and so we went for looser silhouettes this season, part of the tribalism theme.
The nucleus of what we do is tailoring. We do progressive tailoring, so everything is a juxtaposition between classic Savile Row and activewear and military. So what you saw were Eastern-inspired, Western-inspired, sport-inspired, but also super sharp tailoring. And we believe that this is the future, and this is how men should be dressing in the 21st century. Typically, we use natural fibers only, so you saw a lot of linens, rayons, cottons. We just wanted to do things that biodegrade over time and become more soulful and worn in. There was a lot of treatments. We wanted things to look sun-warm and old, as if you found it in the desert. There's some garments that looked like they were deteriorating or disintegrating, and some of the white looks had a lot of very thin, light linens and transparent things to show the nature of enlightenment. It's about a mindset. We don't have a quintessential AR customer. We want to make clothes for everybody, and I think that that's what it's about. Inclusivity, like everybody's welcome.
Andrew Jin looked to a melange of references to inspire his latest runway at Paris Fashion Week. '60s German supermodel and enduring style star Veruschka would play muse for Jin's Spring-Summer 2019 collection, while the designer also looked to the intellectuals, writers, and philosophers of the Bloomsbury Group to provoke his artful designs. Jin continues to have an ever-increasing presence on the red carpet, as Hollywood stylists have recently dressed clients including Amy Adams, Tina Fey, Olivia Munn, and Sarah Paulson in Jin's bold creations.
"8 days in Japan," our very first trip to Japan.
Mike and I, having come from California originally, we've not quite experienced a city quite like Tokyo. It's like such organized chaos. It's amazing.
We have a friend there, and he took us to a lot of the shrines, and the shrines played a big part in our presentation today.
All these ancient, very peaceful, very natural environments embedded in these pockets of this ultra-modernity was just really interesting. The newest things are the tunic shirts, and there's a more soft and more oversized silhouette than typically we've done with Krammer Stoudt. The overalls, the longer shirts come down to the thigh, one in knit and one in stretched denim. Mike's been looking at a lot of Armani from the 80s. In the midst of all this other stuff, and so there's a double-breasted shawl collar jacket that really captures that influence, but you can see it in the neutrals of the palette, you can see it in the choice of the oversized buttons.
Also, we have about 6 pant styles in the collection that we're showing today, which I counted. There's a lot of pants in there, and they're all very different in silhouette. I've been interested in classic and heritage and vintage, and sort of been trying to modernize or bring those more current. I'm watching everything all the time, but I'm trying not to be too heavy-handed. When a trend comes along or an influence from another culture, I try to just kind of lightly salt and pepper everything like that.
The spirit of Burning Man descended upon Italy on the Byblos Spring 2019 catwalk at Milan Fashion Week. Byblos creative director Manuel Facchini explored the annual Black Rock City, Nevada festival, which celebrates all things millennial, and delivered a bold, youthful, exuberant spring-summer collection. Experimental materials were paired with ultra-distressed denim, while elaborate fringe, feathers, and grommet details added festive flair to daywear and cocktail looks alike. Since 1974, European contemporary brand ICEBERG has been a leader in fashion-forward Italian sportswear. For spring 2019, creative director James Long brought the label to London Fashion Week Men's for the very first time. For his spring menswear collection, Long paired bold color blocking with heritage logomania. Printed denim, relaxed knitwear, and track pants were also in the mix, for men and for women. Long also borrowed vintage graphics from Pink Panther and Snoopy and the Peanuts, artfully reimagining the beloved characters for 2019.